Hi, Don Thornton here. We're going to talk about foreclosure auctions and whether you should do them or not do them. Okay. Full disclosure, I am a street investor. I have been doing real estate investing since 2003. Actually, I started in 2002. It took me a couple of years before I finally broke through and started my own company and started doing very well at it. I have done foreclosure auctions. Okay. I am not a big fan of foreclosure auctions, but I know people who are. My broker, my partner, basically one of my best friends, Patrick McHenry, and his brother Bruce. Unfortunately, Patrick passed away with cancer, because of cancer about 5, 6 years ago, maybe a little bit longer. I don't know, but it was. But he was a really good friend of mine, and we, he and his brother built a very nice portfolio of foreclosure, houses they got from foreclosure auctions. And all these houses now they put them on 15-year mortgages. They are all basically have they're now free and clear. So at 60 years old, Bruce is retired, and he makes a nice living from just managing his properties. So what he would do is they basically had built up a nest egg because Pat was the broker, and they live very frugally, and they put their money into houses. What they would do is they would come in, they would bid on a house, they would buy it, and then they're both well, Bruce is a licensed contractor, but they both know how to fix up houses. They would fix them up and turn them into rentals, and then they would refinance them, pull their cash back out. They put them on a 15-year mortgage, and then they would buy more property. So that worked for them very well. I never had the funds. Well, I did at some point. When I started getting doing really well in real estate, I could have done this. I tried to do this myself, and I just had negative experiences with it. I'm gonna tell you why. The way it works, and it's pretty standard for most counties. The way it works is that you're given a list by the county for upcoming foreclosure auctions. The biggest problem I had was that you're never allowed to get in and look at the property to get the condition. It's one big wild ass guess as far as what the issues are with the property. I have seen too many houses in my time where by doing short sales, where you drive by a property, it looks pretty good. Because I mean, you can't get in these properties, in before an auction. So you go in and you can walk around the property if someone doesn't live there or whatever. Maybe try to peek through the windows, but if they're all covered, you can't see anything. So how do you know what's waiting for you there? So what happens? What happens if you get in there and it's full of mold, for example, but you don't know? You could be buying a property that is completely, full of mold, and you're stuck because it's buyer beware on these things. The county, the bank, nobody gives you any guarantees whatsoever. So that's what I didn't like about it. Here's the second problem with foreclosure auctions. So you do need to do your due diligence as much as you can. So you need to basically look up, try to do a pencil search on online to see what's out there for liens or whatever, because sometimes the liens stay, right? I mean, HOA liens stay with the property. So, for example, so you need to know what's going on there. And then you have to drive around to look to get an eyeball the property as best you can. You don't want to buy it sight unseen. At least get an idea. I mean, you can from the outside you can tell there's a roof issue or whatever, or at least you can make your best guess. You can check the permits, see when the last time a roof was there, what kind of permits they've been pulled previously. All that stuff's available by public record. But think about this for a second. Let's say there are 30 properties that are being scheduled for auction in a month. You would probably need to go look at most of these properties. How much time are you spending on gas? How much time are you just time that can be better spent doing something else? Um, and so you go there and you got your money ready to go, and then they start the auction, and you'd be surprised how many times the banks will buy the property. Okay, so you'll be in there, they'll start it, and you've got a list of say 5 properties you want to bid on. You're ready to go, and then you sit there, and then The auctioneer says, okay, well, the opening bid is an astronomical amount. What that means is that the bank is going to get it back. So they're saying that a house is worth $150, $150,000. They're going to say, well, the minimum bid is $200,000, which is $50,000 above what the property's worth. Why are they doing that? Because they don't want anyone to buy it. They want to buy it. They want to bring it back themselves. Okay, so then that one's off the board. In my experience, maybe 10% of the houses that you would want to bid on are actually made available. The bank's going to let someone try to bid on it. And then you got to deal with everybody else out there. And again, my point of view is a flipper, right? So I'm looking to buy something, fix it up, and resell it. Um, there's a lot of people who are also buy and hold investors, like my Pat McHenry and his brother Bruce. So a buy and hold investor can spend more money on it than someone else, like someone who's trying to flip it. So they're going to usually bid higher than me. And plus, like I said, the risk is you buy. I bought a property in Lake County, and I got in there, and the entire kitchen had been stripped. There was nothing in there. There was just, no cabinets, no fixtures, nothing. It was just a blank, empty room. And so, I was expecting at least to have a kitchen, a basis of a kitchen. So I ended up having to put a new kitchen in. And, when I flipped it, I ended up losing $3,000 on the deal. So for me, it wasn't a very good experience. I thought to myself, you know what? I like short sales better because I can get in there. I know what the issues are, and I can use those issues to negotiate a better deal with the bank. So for me, a short sale was a lot safer investment or a tactic than just going in and trying to bid on an auction that you may or may not be able to see the house beforehand. So, but again, people do make money on it. I felt like I didn't like it, and I have not done it and will not do it. So that's my review, if you want to put it that way, as far as what about foreclosure auctions. I would not recommend it, but God bless. If you want to do it, go ahead and do it.